Oh gosh. What's up, everyone? You think after 200 plus shows, I will remember to hit mute before I start speaking. But you know what? It is what it is. This is Welcome to Clean Greens Living, broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree. It's been 2 weeks. I feel like maybe I'm a little out of practice, but you know what? That's what happens. The last 2 weeks, we like me and Daniel, we both had emergency situations, and you know what? We took care of ourselves. So at the end of the day, I am proud of me and Daniel because we worked so hard in the background. We worked so hard, and I don't want to speak for Daniel, but from what I witnessed, he kind of puts himself last. So I was happy that he took care of himself last week and put himself first. So, Daniel, you should give us some hand claps in the background because you know what? We took care of ourselves and handled and didn't, yes, didn't push through, didn't push through. Oh, so a lot has been happening these past 2 weeks. I just want to make a few announcements. We are in our CSA, we are in our farm season. So for the next 15 weeks, we will be handing out fresh organic produce at 124 21st Avenue. 124 21st Avenue from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will be giving out our CSA bags, or if you are in need of fresh produce, we have bags for you as well. You can also just come up to the stand and purchase a share of produce if you're interested. Clean Greens Farm and Market is a nonprofit farm who grows produce out in Duval, Washington. We bring the produce back to Seattle and we give it out to our community who cannot afford fresh organic produce. And we also have a CSA program that helps support our fresh produce giveaway with our community. So if you need fresh organic produce for the next 16 weeks, 124 21st Avenue, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We also have our youth program that is in session. We had our first week last week. We had a course. We had an herbal course. And if you missed the herbal course this week, it is open to the public. We are having another herbal course. Let me grab that address because I always say it wrong. It is behind the Amy Yee tennis court on Martin Luther King. So if you can just Google Amy Yee Tennis Court, we are on 28th and Holden. We are on the south of 28th and Holden side. Up in the corner, we'll be having another herbal course where you can learn how good herbs for you. Like we always, I don't know about everyone, but I grew up thinking, oh, herbs is just something we add to our food to make it feel good. But no, herbs are actually good for our body as well. And they help with allergies. They help with heartburn. They help with inflammation. So you can come and you can learn what herbs are good for you and how you can use them. Also, they're good for teas. My cousin has been around teaching us herbal stuff, and now I make tea out of the herbs in my cabinet. So it's been like my favorite tea right now, and it's kind of like a bold taste, but it's really good with inflammation. And also, I got to look up to more benefits because I feel like my mental is clear. Like I just feel good all around. But clove tea. So I put cloves. I put what I put in there? Cloves. Uh, not ginger. What is that one? Gosh, I got to think about it. But I put cloves, honey, pepper, uh, not ginseng, but it's like that. Why is it not in my head right now? It's like the powder, the red powder herb, and I cannot think of it. It is not ginger. It is turmeric, 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 cloves, and pepper. So the turmeric can absorb in your body. When you're using turmeric, you can also just make turmeric tea, which is also good for inflammation. I love turmeric. And you feel immediate benefits with this stuff, but you have to put the pepper in, the black pepper in for the turmeric to absorb in your body. All that is good. Oh, and if you want to get raw organic honey, you can also pick that up from the farm stands 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also Sundays 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at 124 21st Avenue. I think we need to do a talk about raw honey because we had this conversation once where someone thought their honey went bad because it crystallized. And when your honey crystallized, that's how you know you have real raw honey. So when you are in the store and you are buying honey, and if you can put your honey inside the refrigerator and it does not crystallize, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you do not have raw honey. So make sure you're reading your labels when you're in the store. We've talked about this a while ago. I feel like we should bring it back up and go in more in depth about making sure you're reading your labels when you go into the grocery store, when you're getting raw, when you're getting organic, when you're getting fat free. Also, read your labels when you're eating your food. Like when you're eating a bag of chips and it says 300 calories. But if you go further and read the labels, it says feeds up to two people and five chips per person. Five chips is that 300 calories. So if you eat the bag, you are eating like 600 plus, depending on how many chips is in the bag. So make sure you're reading
Wow.
your labels right. Now I am fell victim to eating. I cannot eat just one chip for the Lay's chips. So I fall victim to that all the time. However,
Ooh,
your girl has been doing really good this year. I know I probably said this before, but just really good taking care of her health, making sure she watch what she eats, making sure she watch what she put in her mouth. Have you been to the doctor? Have you checked your numbers? Do you know what your cholesterol level is? Do you know like I was feeling bloated and I'm like what's going on with me? I had them checking all kind of things. I had them checking my cortisone levels. I had them checking my blood pressure, everything, my hormone levels, checking everything. As we get older, ladies too, our hormones do something different, and so we got to keep track of that. So I was making sure I was up in that doctor's office all this year, making sure I was on top of my health. So if you see me looking a little slender in a couple months, you just know I've been doing my thing. And just let me pop off just a little bit because it's been a while. I want to be the fat I thought I was about 15 years ago. Okay. I don't want to be super slim, but also love yourself in the body that you are in right now. Because as my doctor has said, it doesn't matter if you're big or small, the focus is being healthy. And if you are healthy and your numbers are good, all the other stuff will come, but you got to work at it. Another thing, while we're talking about this, if you're looking to lose a little weight or you're looking to firm up as we get older, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. You guys, I am 2 weeks shy of my 43rd birthday. I can't believe back in the day, I thought, this would be old, but I still feel young. I still feel hit. However, when you work out, you have to work out a little bit longer, like and make it count. So you should be working out an hour a day, maybe 5 times a week, depending on what you're looking for. An hour a day, which is like walking for maybe 30 minutes and then a little cardio or a little lifting. So, yes, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I have to start practicing what I preach because I want to live long. I want to be able to go up the stairs when I'm in my 60s and not be stressing out or my body's hurting. Something else I implemented into my routine is magnesium. Oh my God, y'all. Like, why didn't you guys hit me out on this magnesium? It's amazing. Like it helps for sleep, but also I wake up feeling rejuvenized. It really is good for your bones and your muscles. You guys, do your research, but add magnesium. Look, that's a tip that I give you. I wake up. I can't even sleep past my alarm. I used to hit snooze. Now my brain is already up before my alarm is off because I added magnesium. I've been taking my vitamins, drinking water. It has been hot here in Seattle. Make sure you are staying hydrated. So over the past couple of weeks, we have been busy. We haven't been on the show, but I have been busy. Clean Greens is partnered with a few community partners in the city, and we are in the process of building a healing garden. Now I know I say this, and my intentions is good every time I say this, but today for real, give me until the evening time. I'm going to post these pictures. But we have been in the process of building our community garden, and it's looking good. It's in the first phase. The produce is in planters. We had two kickoffs where we planted some produce. And then we did a big day of work with our youth. And we're creating this space for families who have been victimized or lost family members to gun violence. This is something so important to us because we want to build our community and how and in different ways. There's, we always talk about protesting in different ways. So some people get out in the street and protest, some people do work in the community and protest. This is one of our things that we are coming together where we're saying, let's build a space where we can come, we can heal, and we can meet and we can make plans. How can we stop gun violence in our community? And the statistics shows, I do not have the statistics today, but statistics shows when you have a community garden in your community, it lowers the violence in your community. And I can see that benefit, as I move forward with being, going deeper, diving into my coach. And I'm just going over, what's my story? Why do I do this? What helped me? And I can tell you, going to therapy has really helped. Also, having a coach has really helped. And then having my hands in that soil has really helped. Being in the garden, being on a farm has really helped me become centered. You really, like, I cannot stress this enough, and I can't make it up. You have to come experience it for yourself. Being in the garden, being in the soil, being on the farm is a whole different realm because you're slowing down, you're becoming one with the earth, you're putting seeds in the ground, and you're watching the seed you grow, and you're taking care of the seed. So you're not only are you making sure the soil is healthy, you're sticking the seed in there, you're watering it, and you're coming back and checking on it. It just really makes you stop and watch and look at the beauty of the world and your community. I cannot express this enough. And I'm gonna plug it in right here because I feel like it's the perfect time to say we are looking for volunteers. If you want to come and experience that, not only will you come and experience like connecting back with the earth, because gardening and growing your own food is not just about, it's not slavery. That is a part of a story in our US history. But this was already ingrained in us. And it is important for you to come back. You learn how to grow food, you learn how to take care of yourself. You learn how to take care of your community and give back to your community. You learn how to slow down. And the perfect thing for this garden is Coach Bree is there. And if we get to talking, you may get coached for a little bit of free, not too much though, but you'll get a little something. You'll leave there feeling good, and you can grab a bag of produce on your way out. So if you want to, Daniel put up all the ways to connect with us: Black Dollar Clean Greens, cleangreensfarmmarket.com, all the ways that you can come and connect with us and connect back with the earth, connect back with yourself. This past week, I just want to give a shout out to the Therapy Fund. They had their conference, and it was decolonizing therapy. And the things that I took from that, I loved it. And I'm glad that they're doing this. Um, Things that I took from there was just like one, like, because I work with youth. So I took one about youth and how to make sure that we are showing up for the youth and how they can become, how they need. And so it was just helping me remember to stay connected to them, making sure that we see them, we hear them. We've had this conversation thousands of times about choices. Yes, look at me there. I was so excited. It was at the Seahawks Stadium. Now, listen, I don't know what's going to be in the works with me and the Seahawks in the future, but something's happening because I got to meet two Seahawks player in real time, real life. And then I was in the press room, girl. I mean, guys, look at that. Me at the press room. I was like, what? I had to get my obligatory pictures. It was co-hosted, my best friend co-hosted it with, I can't remember her name. I apologize, but this is not my thing. I'm just giving a shout out to Washington Therapy. But it was amazing. It made me think about money. Like, it was just everything. It was from youth. It was from money, how you handle your money, not being scared to look at your money and make different changes. Like, What's your money story? What is your money story? What do you want your money story to be? And how can you change anything that you need to do to get to where you want your money story to be? You shouldn't be scared to look at your finances. And I love how the people on the panel were bringing it back to their children and their legacy and what that means. So if you weren't there, you missed out on some good stuff. I was in this workshop with a mentorship program where it was men who had previous jail, had been in jail, and they come out and they turned their lives around, and they started this mentorship program. It was really beautiful. It really reminded me you can do a lot in such little time. Like this man has only been out for 4 years, and he has already grown in a mentorship program that has been so impactful for so many people who have been in prison, or they have come out and they have given back to their community. So they are stopping it before people get to that point. So it was just amazing. So shout out to Washington Therapy. You guys do amazing work, and I just appreciate you guys. Um, Up and coming August 2nd, we have recipe. Seeds of Success is doing a recipe and culture recipe and culture sharing. So August 2nd from 12 to 3 p.m. It's free to all, focused on kids 0 to 6. There's food and material provided. It will be at the Rainier Beach Community Center, 8825 Rainier Avenue South, Seattle. Seeds of Success is another community organization that does really good work in this community. They're always making sure we are informed about COVID, about how we can help people who are out in the community who are suffering from substance abuse, children, family. Like it's overall just this beautiful community that does good work. So please show out and support them. Follow Seeds of Success on Instagram or Facebook to keep up with more stuff. Now, y'all, is it? Nope, it's not yet. It is almost Leo season. Whoop, whoop. Ew. Sorry, Cancers, you had your time. Now it's our turn. I will be celebrating my birthday. My birthday's August 6th, but remember how we had Tay and Nadia on from the Black and Tan Hall? They are throwing a brunch and vibes August 3rd, Sunday, August 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I cannot wait with Gigs Entertainment. So we are about to be partying there, you guys. I can't even talk. Make sure you make reservations. I made reservations for my peeps. So if you guys want to come and join and have fun with us and eat good food, have good music, $5 mimosas. Oh my God, I cannot wait to listen to good R&B music and have a good time with my friends. Hope to see you there. Reserve your tables because space is limited. So from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., go and reserve some tables and let's have a good community all around good time. All right? Fun, good times. Doom, doom. Okay, let me stop. I can't sing. I can't sing. Leave that to my kids. Speaking of kids, my kids are in this summer program and Acts on Stage, Teen Summer Musical, however you know them. Acts on Stage has been around for 25 years. They are celebrating 25 years of doing this, where they get together with kids every summer. They have about 80 kids in their program. They have them Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Good Lord, they are working, okay? They are singing, they are dancing, and at the end, on August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, they will be putting on the production of The Wiz. I cannot wait. When I first seen their production of The Wiz, I was blown away. Do not discount these kids. They give you Broadway show. They give you Broadway material, okay? They are singing, they are dancing, they are hilarious. It's amazing. So you guys go follow Acts on Stage to follow up with anything that they have going on for August and to buy your tickets. August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. My kids will be in the play singing, dancing, and my little bit said he has a part, so we'll see how this goes. Not a part, like he has a little line, but I'm so excited to see them. They do really good, and I cannot express enough about Acts on Stage, how they really bring these kids together. Like they have 80 kids, 80 kids. They all respect their elders there. Even when they get into little tussles, they get handled. They're just really good with the kids. They're respectful. I just love it. So please check out Acts on Stage. August 22nd, 24th, 25. You'll see them in the parades. They'll be in Torchlight. They'll be in the Emoji Fest parade. They bring the energy. So keep an eye out for them and buy your tickets. So, guys, in our garden, we are starting fresh. And I know it's summer and you're thinking, can you really start fresh in your garden? Yes, you can. So the youth program starts in August. I mean, not August. It starts in in late summer. So our kids are just coming back to the program. They're finding that it's been 2 years since we started there. And so you get 2 years of good produce and then your stuff starts to go to seed. That is normal. That is normal. That does not mean that your garden is a failure. That does not mean that you're a failure. I know a lot of people, sometimes even when you're doing good work, haters gonna hate and they like to see things fail. But when your garden seeds, it does not mean that it is over. It just means that it is time to reassess and regroup and rebuild. So this season, we are going to be rebuilding our garden. All the good produce has gone to seeds, and I'm so excited that we get to collect our seeds that we grown the last few years and then put it back into the ground and grow. When I tell you gardening is so amazing, it just really helps you connect with life. So, what we're going to be doing. So, I just wanted to give you guys a few tips on what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be assessing. And, maybe we'll go over the next couple of weeks. I'll just share you some tips and things that we've been doing. So, this past week, we walked around our garden and we assessed what was going on in our garden, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be taken out, what has gone to seed, and we are getting ready to start planting. So when you get your garden and you notice that it's time to rebuild, or if you're just starting out with a garden, it is not too late to grow. You, of course, in different areas, you always want to make sure you check your last frost date and your first frost date. We are past our last frost date. So we are in garden and growing season this whole time. So we have produce that we can still grow right now. But before that, we have to start taking out the produce that has gone bad, that is dead, that is diseased. And so things that you want to be looking out is when your plants are dead. When you know your plants are dead, when the leaves are brown, when they're dry, when you've been working in your garden for the whole season and you notice that there's no growth, um, looking at the stems and making sure that there's green tissue and not brown tissue or mold. If you see any of those, that means you need to get rid of that produce. Pull it up, compost it, check your roots, make sure your roots are not dry, make sure they're not molded, make sure they're not infested with garden bugs. If you have garden bugs, if your garden is being taken over by garden bugs, neem oil is very helpful. Coffee grounds is very helpful, and also growing marigolds next to all your produce is very helpful. Marigolds helps to keep away the bugs. Um, Making sure your plant and your soil is not diseased. So making sure that you check your soil and making sure that if it's not good, that you're making it healthy by building up. So when we started with Amy Yee, we built up from the ground. We didn't grow in the ground. The soil was healthy, but we still wanted to build healthier soil. So we started up with putting mulch down. Mulch helps with moisture. Mulch helps with keeping the weeds at bay. Mulch helps to make your garden look good. So there's so many benefits to mulch. So we mulched it, then we put soil on it, then we put compost on it. So our soil is really good. So we don't really have to do that this time around. We can grow straight from the ground. But making sure that your soil is good is one of those steps to um, making sure that there is no mold or mildew, making sure you're pulling up any roots. Also making sure that, is seeing if it's time to rotate your garden. A lot of people rotate their garden every 2 years to keep the nutrients growing and switching it up in your garden because you don't want to take too much nutrients in one area. So switching up, which means switching your crops over. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning into Clean Greens Living, broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree. It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, summer in Seattle. So excited to be here. We're talking about restarting a garden once your garden has gone to seeds. So making sure that you are assessing what's going on in your garden. Is it time for crop rotation? Is my plant dead? Is my plant diseased? What can I do to fix this? How can I move it? Um, some crops that you can grow right here, right now during the summer. Spinach, kale, lettuce, because I know a lot of people be like, shouldn't we have started in the spring? You can still grow now, and you can also start growing some fall crops. But spinach, kale, lettuce, radishes, beans, zucchini, carrots, beets, broccoli, cabbage. If you want to grow some herbs, cilantro is good to be planting right now, basil, um, and fall bearing raspberries. And when you're taking seeds from your garden that have overgrown, and if you want to make sure that they're good and viable, take a few seeds and put it in a wet napkin and put it in a dark space. In a couple of weeks, if they have sprouted, that means you have some good seeds. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. If not, come visit us at the garden and we will give you more tips and you'll get more hands on experience. Thank you for tuning in and watching Clean Greens broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree. See you next week, God willing.